In today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can create your very own centerpiece for this 4th of July step by step. Keep watching. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to Ramon at Home. I am so excited you're here because today we have a fabulous DIY for your 4th of July celebration. So far, we've done a wreath hanger and we've also done a lantern all decked out for the 4th of July. And before I continue, I want to take you back and show you real quick what we've done. All right, everyone, so I just want to show you real quick what the door hanger looks like, and look at those flags go. Isn't this such a cute idea? But as you guys can see, the bow really makes a statement, and the blue and the white and the red is just so patriotic. So this is something that you can do for your door, and your door will scream 4th of July and people will also love it. What do you guys think? Okay, so I thought I would show you guys the end result, and I just love the way this swag turned out. I want to point out that I added a bow to the top just to cap it all together, but look how beautiful all the roses and the blue and white ribbon look. And on the inside, it's our beautiful arrangement with flags and with all of the goodies with the picture. I just absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to read your comments. So leave me a comment down below and let me know what do you think. All right, so if you haven't seen those videos, I'm gonna link them down below so you guys can catch up with all of the 4th of July celebration and decoration and DIY. But in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to create a gorgeous 4th of July centerpiece DIY step by step, and I really hope that you guys are ready for it. To show you and to give you the steps, I first am gonna take you to the studio and give you the materials we're going to need. Okay, so the materials we're gonna use for this fabulous 4th of July centerpiece DIY is going to be some blue hydrangeas. These are spray painted, and that's going to be linked down below, but I'm also gonna show you right now a little clip on how to get it done. All right, everyone, so I want to show you real quick how I use this Larkspur blue spray for silks, and you just basically want to lightly spray the flower, but don't forget to go under it as well, because when hydrangeas grow blue, they have this decoloration that is like stronger in some sides and less in others. So that's what you need to do, and I'm gonna link this below. Okay, so now that you know how to spray paint your blue hydrangea, we're also going to need some of these little stars from the dollar store, a few flags also from the dollar store. I'm only gonna use 2, and a selection of skewers also from the dollar store. I try to keep my materials as affordable as possible for this type of projects. I'm gonna use about a dozen red roses, and I'm gonna use about half a dozen sprigs of baby's breath, and I'm gonna link some down below as well so you guys can see what I got. Also, I'm gonna use my trusty wire cutters. I'm gonna use a hurricane for my candle, and my candle that is LED operated, also linked down below. I'm going to need 2 blocks of foam, some moss, and these trays that I love to use from the dollar store as well, because they are the perfect size and the perfect shape for a centerpiece. Then the last thing I'm going to go ahead and use is some of this greenery, and this is just leftover greenery that you may have laying around. Okay, so now I'm gonna get all of this situated, and I'm gonna come back and give you step number 1. Keep watching. Okay, so now that we know the materials we're gonna be needing for this fabulous DIY, it's time to get started. All right, everyone, so we're gonna start by marking our spot where our hurricane is going to be. What I like to do is I like to put the hurricane and then just press down so I can create that circle, all my foam, and that way I'm not gonna get into that space where all the greenery is gonna go. Then the other thing I like to do before I get started is make sure that my candle has batteries, and as you guys can see, this is an LED candle that I am obsessed with. And like I said, I'm gonna put them down below so you guys can find them. But I'm gonna go ahead and put that to the side. And the number 1 thing that I like to do is I like to start with some greenery. And if you've been following the channel, you know that I like to start with 1 type of greenery. I have 3 types. However, I don't like to switch greeneries when I'm working, because that's what creates your balance. And remember, what happens on the right happens on the left, and then what happens up must come down, and to do that I have to swirl around to do the same motion. That way it's balanced perfectly. As you guys can see, I'm gonna insert right here, and then immediately I'm going to go ahead and swap sides and then I'm going to insert another one right here, and so that way it has balance all throughout. Then on the top right here, which we call the crown of the arrangement, I like to do one here. And as you guys can see, instead of inserting flat, I like to give them a little spin. That way they are more, there's more texture on your bouquet. I'm gonna do the same right here. And I have two more, so I'm gonna swirl around. And I'm always telling you, if you don't have a lacy Susan, it's time you get one if you like to create centerpieces and other arrangements, because it's what helps your arrangement have balance. All right, so far so good. Then I have some of these beautiful eucalyptus. I'm gonna move my tray over here. You know, I just found these trays at dollar store, and I thought they were perfect to work with my materials. That way I have them all gathered in one spot. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add one right here on the top, kind of draping down. Then I'm gonna spin around, and I'm gonna bring another one and do the exact same thing right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go opposite, and I'm gonna go to this corner right here. Then I'm going to spin around, and I'm gonna fill in this corner right here. I have one left, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here in the front. Great. All right, so then to fill in, I have some of these really pretty foliage, and for that I need my wire cutters because I want them to be short, and I'm just gonna fill in on the spots right here that I think that I might need some foliage. I'm gonna add this one over here. Remember, when you're working with flowers, it doesn't matter if it is fresh or silk. The more greeneries you can use, and I recommend using up to 4 greeneries, that's what creates that more natural look into your bouquets and your arrangements. Because when we do flowers in the fresh flower world, that's what we do. We like to mix all of these foliages to make it look more natural and to fill in our spot. I think that's pretty good for the greenery. I'm gonna grab my spray to give it a light spray, and I'm going to just go ahead and lightly spray this so that way it looks more alive and fresh. All right, so now that I have all my greenery right here, I'm gonna get my flowers ready and I'll be right back. All right, everyone, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring in my candle, reintroduce it into my centerpiece as well as my hurricane, just to make sure that I have space and that I'm poking flowers right here in the focal point area of this centerpiece. I'm going to go ahead and click it, and I'm just obsessed with these candles because, well, they work with a remote as well as a timer, and that way if you just want to set them on a timer, you can forget about them for 8 hours and they'll go off and then turn back on at the same time. But I like I'm not gonna lie, I like the remote better. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring in my 2 hydrangeas that I have, and I'm gonna put them right here, right on the top. And remember to go opposite side when you insert the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut right here, and I'm gonna add my hydrangea right here and make sure they are about the same height. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring in some roses. So opposite right here, I'm gonna add a set of 3 red roses, and I went ahead and pre-cut them so that way it's faster. I might have to cut some, so I'm gonna do a triangle of 3 right here. Then I'm gonna spin all the way around to this other void, and then I'm going to do another triangle of 3. And see, this is why I want to put my hurricane first, because that way I know where I can insert flowers when I am working. All right, so I'm gonna do 3 like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna come over here under this hydrangea, and I'm gonna bring a set of 2, and I want to tuck them in really close to the hydrangea so it looks like they are part of it. So there's 1. I'm gonna add 1 right here, so that's 2. Then I'm gonna spin all the way around, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing right here. I'm gonna add 2 hydrangeas, I'm sorry, 2 roses right next to the hydrangea, like this, just to give it a little support to the flower right here. So far, this is what it looks like. I think it looks really cute. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring some of this baby's breath, and I will have to cut some of this shorter. Oh, hey, I want to take a second to invite you to come and join me on my Instagram for daily Insta stories, behind the scenes, and all of the things you don't get to see here on YouTube. The links to my social media are going to be linked down below, so you can come and join me. All right, let's get back to the video. Then what I want to do is I'm going to introduce it right here, right in between the hydrangea and the roses, and then I'm gonna spin all the way around to the other side, and I'm gonna mimic what I just did with this baby's breath. So basically just insert as far down as I can, like that, and look at that. It's just giving it that color that it needs to be a more patriotic look. Then I'm gonna come right here, going down like this, and then I'm gonna spin all the way around, and I'm gonna do another one right here. Remember, what goes up must come down. That is the #1 rule. What happens on the left happens on the right. What goes up must come down. So as you guys can see, there's 2 up, 2 down. I'm gonna cut this one into 2, so that way I have a few more. And these cutters are the best cutters in the market, you guys. I cannot work without my cutters. All right, so I'm gonna spin all the way around. I'm gonna do another one right here. Then I'm gonna cut this guy short to make 2. And like I'm always telling you, don't be afraid to cut your flowers, because you can always use them for another project. If you don't cut them, you're just struggling bending stems, and well, that's not a good look, especially for centerpieces like this. Look how beautiful this is so far. All right, so far so good. So then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna open up this package of little stars from the dollar store, and I'm gonna bring out my skewers. I'm gonna set them right here. So I'm gonna dump them right here. And what you want to do is you wanna break your skewer in half, and then what you wanna do is you want to, let me start with the blue ones because I think they're super cute. You just poke this star right there, and then you're gonna bring that and put it right there. And you wanna do sets also of 3s, 2s, and 1s. So I'm gonna do 2 right here. Let me see if I can find my foam. And then I'm gonna add a little one. I need to break my skewer. And these are found at the dollar store, the skewers and the little stars. All right, so there's 3. How cute is that, you guys? All right, so I'm gonna add another set right here, but this time I'm going to first of all break my skewers so it's faster. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna poke this red one right here. So now I want to do a set of 3 right here, insert into your foam. And what I like about this is because they're made out of styrofoam and they're super easy to poke too. And then I'm gonna grab a tiny little one. Oh, let's see, here's another skewer. You could put a little dab of hot glue if you wanted to, but I'm not going to because I will probably take this apart and store it. There's 3, and so now right here I'm gonna do a set of 3, but this time I'm gonna do it in the white. So that way we have a set of red, white, and blue. And I'm gonna put one up here like that. I'm gonna bring a second one. Always, always, always try and work on sets of 3s, 2s, and 1s, because not only they show better, but they don't look polka dotted throughout your centerpiece or any arrangement that you're making. And if you polka dot them, they just don't look right, I don't think. So I'm gonna add a 3rd one right here. Look how cute this is, you guys. All right, so now what I'm going to do to finish this off, let me pick up these little stars first of all. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna add 2 flags, because we've had our lantern and our door hanger having flags like this. And so I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and tape this one together because I want it to sit higher. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring out my tape out of my drawer. And you guys have seen me do this before, where I can just pull my tape and then you're gonna bond these 2 together with this florist tape because it has a tacky material. But the secret here is that once you bond them together, you could have to continue to cover the skewer all the way down so that way it looks cohesive. All right, so let me see how far I want it to be. Do I want it that high? No, I think that's too high. So I'm gonna break it down a little bit. And then inserting sideways like this, now you have a beautiful 4th of July centerpiece for your 4th of July celebration. Okay, so how easy was to put this together? I know that if I can do it, so can you. So I just want to encourage you to give it a try, follow the steps, and create your very own 4th of July centerpiece DIY. Cannot wait to read your comments, so leave me a comment down below and let me know what do you think about this centerpiece, and if you've seen the lantern and the wreath, let me know which is your favorite. If you enjoy this centerpiece, I really recommend you watch this playlist right now with all of the 4th of July DIY so you can get inspired. Thank you guys for watching, consider subscribing, and until next time, bye.